Okay, so we have made it that owners own a pet, pet has an owner, so they technically own an owner. Now, owners can have multiple pets, right? So oh, what we essentially want to do is this. We want it to create a pet, right? So we have Diana, yay! And then when you create, and we'll do that, and when we create another pet, which is Lady, yay! Which is a dog, whatever. That when you pull up pets, you get all of them, right? So, if you notice here, we are not going to have any, let's see, we're not going to have a writer for a pet, or a reader for a pet, because essentially it's going to read the last pet that you added. So what we'll actually do is we're going to move this and put adder writer, and then we're going to put here pet. Okay. You can technically put it still as a accessor, but we're doing that because right now we're not going to read pet, we're only writing it. And then we have here all these multiples, right? And actually we're not going to do that. Sorry. Because one of the things, if you notice here for pets, that means there is a array, right? So what we're going to do is this. We're going to actually initialize the array. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to type in initialize. And then whenever we create an owner, we want to make sure that pets is initialized with a array. So initializes an array. Okay, great. And then we want to make sure it calls upon pets, right? So that's going to be a adder reader because we're not changing pets. All right, great. So let's just see if this works. I'm going to type in group owner new. Constant owner. Let's see. Okay, there we go. It was a Repella issue. Okay, so you see here it is initialized, and then let's see if it is a reader. It's a reader. Let's see if it is a writer. It is not a writer, which is perfect because we did not want to change that. Awesome. So now our goal is that we want to make sure that in pets that it will automatically go, or whenever we create a pet, or I shouldn't say create a pet, let me backtrack and choose a correct word. Whenever an owner owns a pet, right? Or a pet belongs to an owner, we want to not only initiate that, but we want to move that pet into the pets array. So essentially, we are pushing in, whenever we do this, Ruth.PetDiana, we are essentially pushing that into this pet's array. So the way you would essentially do that is, so like I said, it's pushing. So we want to create the same method here. And then essentially we would want it to oh, I forgot here. And pet, and then it's going to be the pet, and then we essentially want this. Alright, because essentially this is going to be the object of the pet, and then we're adding it into the array, which is pets. Then when we call this out, it's going to give us a list. Okay, let's see if this works. Okay, so we have here, and then I just want to make sure I make one for Lady. Oh, Lady is a dog. Alright, great. So let's do that. Let's create these. Right, creates object. We already and alright, and we already know this works. Initialize it. Actually, if we did this, it will give that to you. Great. And then we're gonna initialize Diana. Great. And here's Ruth. Okay. Okay, we have Lady. Alright, there's also Ruth. Okay, and then if we did Ruth, Pet, Diana. Ruth, Pet, Lady. And then if we did Ruth. Pets. You'll see Diana here. You'll see Lady here. So then if you did pet 0, which is the first one, and then name, you'll see Diana, you'll see lady, you won't see anything because there's no fourth, or there isn't a fourth index. All right. So that's how you can do it. You can also, if you're like, Ruth, this is like, okay now, but you just like screwed up by making this an adder method when you shouldn't, you're right. I should have done, honestly, that's an incorrect way. Not incorrect, like it could still get done, but like I should have made this as like an action method and add pet instead of an attributor, to be perfectly honest. So I should have done like add pet. Diana. Add pet. Lady. And then what I should have done here is did add pet like that, because that's actually the better way, is the most understandable way. Actually, the coolest part of this is if, let's say you have a, if you are owning a pet, right? And instead of going to owner and then going to pet to write up the pet owner's information. Sorry, I'm a little tired. What you can actually do is do pet dot owner and make that to self. I don't know if you guys learned self yet, but so let me tell you what this does. So pet is already the object, right? And so you're just getting the object of pet and then getting the attributor method owner and equaling it to this instance of an object. So doing exactly what you were doing before, but inside the owner method. So do this. Okay, and then you do this, right? And let's say you have lady as pet new, right? Okay, so you see there is no owner at all. We see no owner. Great. So then if you did Ruth add pet Diana, and then you did Ruth add pet lady. So first off, if you did Ruth.pets, you'll see the array of pets, right? If you did Diana, this is really cool. If you did Diana.owner, you'll see Ruth being the owner here. You'll eventually see full name Ruth Metzven. Yeah. So if you did Diana.owner, like we did here, .owner, .full name, you should get Ruth Metzven. If you did lady.owner.full name,